technology screens, and we're talking about our new screen paint. This is called the LT Gunmetal. This is actually one of the lightest screen paints we developed under the 38 Black Willow. Usually 38 Black Willow technology is really, really dark, but this is actually the lightest one. We had people requesting for a lighter product, so there it is right there. Now, as you notice in our demonstrations, which are unmatched, this is actually one of the best gray screen paints on the market. We guarantee you that, trust me. This screen paint has been tested against 9 certified screens, and we're not talking about certified screens that make it comfortable for the screen. We're talking about certified screens, and anything ranging from gunmetal to mid-level to lighter screens. The screen was able to pass with no problem at all. We were able to do these demonstrations in a max out zone, which is an environment which has a ton of ambient light, much brighter than here, and we were able to do this on 1,000 lumens and 4,000 lumens. So it passed all the tests needed required for the screen to pass. One of the things you'll notice when you watch demonstrations on gray products, gray mixes, projection screens, and so forth, these are areas that will be shrouded in darkness with dark pockets of corners because they're afraid the screen's going to wash out or fade. And one of the things they will not do in their demonstrations is produce a proper contrast level due to the fact that the screen will wash out. All right, so let's show you the environment. Let's walk around. So you can see exactly how much light we have in the environment. We're not sitting in the dark. Everything is nice and bright, as it should be. Should not be doing demonstrations in the dark. I cannot explain this enough, that when you're showing off contrast levels, you are not supposed to be sitting in the dark. Now, this technology has color enhancement technology. Also, too, it has a white heightener technology, which is not needed, but we put it in there anyway. And one of the most beautiful things it has about it is contrast shifting technology, which the screen has the ability to produce an amazing gray level. Not going to say black, because people have a bad habit of saying that these gray screens produce contrast, a black level. They don't produce a black level. They produce darker shades of gray. The screen over here produces a black level. All right, so let's get some demonstrations in here. I like to do the contrast demonstration, so let's start with this one right here. And let's get around this one.
M&M's minis. They're M&M's, just smaller. Isn't that great?
Now, as you can see, how the screen is pulling up such a dark level, that's because the screen's contrast shifting technology, which allows the screen to be able to screen paint, allow it to be able to pull a much darker level than your average gray screen. And again, we can do this in a fully lit environment without the screen washing out or fading. Got the overhead zone right there. Now my screen size is around 84 inches, 16:9. Projector I'm using this demonstration is my 1080p Chrissy. This projector cost me around $270. It has never been calibrated, which we don't need to. As you can see, we're not stuck in dark environments, ambient light controlled environments, and none of that nonsense. Let's go to another one. Let's go to, I like to pull the contrast levels only when we do these demonstrations. So yes, that is a gray screen paint pulling a contrast level that dark. Now, mind you, when you watch other demonstrations with gray screen paint products or projection screens, they will make sure that they stick to nice bright colors only due to the fact that they'll have less of a washout. Well, we, on the other hand, will display contrast levels. Now, does my projector have any perks that actually allow the screen to pick up a darker contrast level? No, my projector has a 2000 to 1 contrast ratio. That's it. All this is coming from the screen. Wait till I remove it off the wall and lay it down so you can see exactly the screen shift back to its original form. The screen's great. Let's go with OLED beta fish.
Getting that from YouTube.
I'm just going to start off with the explosions. There we go. So as you see, when we show up the screen, we're showing contrast only. Bright levels, we can easily do that. It's a great screen. It has that ability to do that already. Let's show off what the screen is not designed to do, and that's to show off a contrast level. And that's one of the things I do not see when it comes to gray screen paint mixes, products, or projection screens. Dark environments, contrast levels. Well-lit environments, color levels. Sony 4K demonstration, contrast.
Getting that from YouTube.
Now, I was thinking about doing challenges, but I figured, what's the point? They're not going to be to follow anyway. This right here alone could be a challenge by itself, but again, like I said, no gray screen is going to attempt it, due to the fact that it's not going to be able to produce like the technology we have here. And keep in mind, we were able to test the screen at 1,000 lumens versus certified at a max out zone. Something a gray screen cannot do at the end of the day. Only our technology has that capability. Now, does the screen match the network gray 773? No, not even close. Nowhere close at all, period. And the reason why is because, like I said, we have that contrast shifting technology.
You can't skip the set. But you can't skip the tourist traps.
Let's come out of that one.
Proceeding with customized car insurance from Liberty
So if you did match the network 773, you can't go against this screen. And even if you didn't, you still can't go against the screen. This is a light gray. This is considered to be our mid-level screen, the white screen to our technology. And it can dominate certifies. As I said before, no expensive projectors needed in the demonstrations. Simple, outdated. We're using a 1080p today. So we splurged a little on our $270 1080p projector that was discontinued in 2012 with a 2000:1 contrast ratio. Let's go over to come next month, gray screens will have the opportunity to challenge the LT Gunmetal. That's why the purchase is going through. So we want to see how other gray screen paints compare to the technology we have here. And I guarantee it is the best. Judging by our environment alone, look at it. No dark corners, no dark pockets, well-lit environment, as it should be. When it comes to screens in my environment, I demand the best. I do not want to be trapped in the dark. Keep it on a slant because I want to be able to show this window and this window at the same time while we're doing the demonstration. That's why if you notice we don't have any open doors, cabinets blocking windows, none of that nonsense. Now we already upgraded the pictures for the website, for the technology. We need to do 2 demonstrations on this, and then downstairs in a container, we have the gamer paint of a 38 Black Widow waiting to be tested, which I can't wait. Starfield screensaver.
Getting that from YouTube.
These are things that we have requested in demonstration with gray screens, and they won't do them. Again, like I said, easy for us to develop a gray screen for the 38 Black Widow. But I told you, if I develop one, it's going to be much different than any gray screen you've ever seen. All the tests that we ask other people make gray screen paint products to be able to do, fully lit environment, low caliber projectors, maxed out rooms, contrast levels in fully lit environments, they refuse to do. So we're showing you how it's done. OLED horse, 4K demonstration.
Getting that from YouTube.
When you do the demonstration with that horse, you're supposed to be in a fully lit environment, not in the dark when you do that demonstration.
At Petco, shopping for your pet.
One of the things I noticed when I watch someone do that demonstration in the dark, that demonstration is supposed to be done in a fully lit environment. Anyone can maintain contrast levels in a dark environment. The hard thing is to do it in a fully lit environment. That's the hard part. So as for the other gray screen paints out there, well, your time has come. It's over. This technology would have no problem dominating anything you have. Again, as I said, 9 certified screens can't take it. So 9 certified screens that you have never tested against in an environment you're not used to being in, on a low caliber projector that you're not used to using, you can't take that screen. So come next month, we begin. Which means we're going to test as many gray screen paint products against the LT Gunmetal. Now we had the demonstrations downstairs at 1,000 lumens, the max out zone, and that screen looked amazing downstairs. I said, once we bring it up here, and this is normal lighting. For most people, this is not normal lighting. This is extreme lighting. But for us, this is normal everyday lighting. We stick this screen in normal lighting, it's going to change to something completely different. Because now it doesn't have to fight. When it was downstairs in the basement, it had to fight to maintain an image. But then all that light up here, it's a cakewalk for it. That's the whole purpose why we develop our technologies in harsh lighting, very bright environments. Use 1,000 lumen projectors to test the screens on. Put them against certified screens. Put them through the most vigorous testing we can put them through. Because when they come up here in normal lighting, it's a cakewalk. When they go outside, it's a cakewalk for the technology. But for those of you who test your technologies in dark, ambient light controlled environments, including you certifieds out there, this is the reason why when you come over here, you don't last long. Remember, when I first started off, I specialized in gray screen paint products, way before I developed black technology. So now, if I take gray technology from my years and years of experience and integrate it into the black technology that we have today, well, there you go. Contrast, test only.
Getting that from YouTube.
I like these demonstrations because, like I said, one of the things I never see enough when I'm doing research, I never see enough demonstrations on solid contrast levels in fully lit environments. It's always the same thing, these bright, colorful levels. I know the screen can do this, why would I display them? So this right here is a contrast test. This particular demonstration shows nothing but heavy black levels only. If you notice, there's no tannish, no greenish look to this, no discoloration to the screen. You're not supposed to see that. Let's get another one. Let's see. Anything darker than that? This is the same screen I had sitting next to a 38 Black Widow, and a 38 Black Widow can maintain its white levels in contrast. Let's see a gray screen do that. We can give you a Starfield demonstration challenge in a fully lit environment. Matter of fact, max out zone. It's like having a little TV on your wall. So the background always remains black at all times. Well, actually, dark gray. Because, again, people have a habit, even I've done it a few times, of saying the screen has a black contrast level, but they don't. All gray screens, including this one, have darker shades of gray. You can have darker shades of gray so dark that they literally look black. But only one screen can produce a 100% black level, and that is the 38 behind me, which is a black screen. So people really got to stop saying that. I've said it a few times myself, guilty as charged, of saying that a gray screen has a black level. It doesn't. A gray screen can never, ever produce a black level. It's virtually impossible. Only ones that can produce that is the one sitting behind me, and that's a jet black screen. Even gunmetals don't have that capability. and I have a dark gunmetal in the next room, and it produces a heavy black level, but again, they're darker shades of gray. Let's go over to this one. And people say, well, my projector has a crazy insane, again, it doesn't make a difference if your projector has an insane black level. You can't see contrast if your screen can't pick it up. And if it can pick it up, you're not picking up a black level. You're picking up shades of dark gray. That's it. Only black screens can see a 100% black level. Just like white screens can see a 100% white level. If you have arachnophobia, my bad. People that would freak the daylights out of them. So some of you are probably looking at this and like, no, that's a black screen. No, it's not a black screen. That's a black screen. That screen has contrast shifting technology to allow it to see darker colors and produces darker shades of gray. So before we sign off, let's try this. Starfield screensaver.
Getting that from YouTube.
So here we are with the Starfield screensaver. As you can see, it's maintaining a beautiful, again, dark shade of gray. Now, this screen over here is black. If that screen's black, it should blend into this one. But it's not. I told you the screen was gray. It looks black, doesn't it? Just like that screen over there, doesn't it? That's what we call contrast shifting technology, something that the Lord blessed us to be able to engineer to make a screen that may be gray look like it's black. We had some people think it was chameleon paint, saying it's gotta be chameleon paint. No, chameleon paint, basically, when you move from side to side, changes colors. This one doesn't do that because it's not chameleon paint. So if it's not chameleon paint, what is it? Again, we told you. Our own technology called contrast shifting technology, which allows the screen to maintain a darker color when being hit with contrast levels. But as you can see, no chameleon paint at all, period. I remember that came up in a topic one time. Someone said, that's gotta be chameleon paint. Do you know how chameleon paint works? Anywhere you move around the car, any angle, the car changes colors. That's how chameleon paint works. Same color, there you go. Welcome to the future, gentlemen. Those of you who make gray screen paint products, this is what the future looks like. This is what you call true technology at the end of the day. I think I will put it on our screen here. Let's see, here we go. So this is called true technology. I think we're a little crooked. I'm feeling a little crooked for some reason. I don't know why. There we go, that's better. I know it's off the right. This is the reason why we're telling you from the door, you want me to beat the screen. Because that screen can recognize contrast and it can shift it to a darker shade. Now for those of you who thought it was chameleon paint, nah, it's not chameleon paint. It's called hard work, faith in God, and a lot of hours to do it. To get a screen to be able to recognize a contrast level and shift to a darker shade. Now you saw it laying against the screen over here. It's nowhere near black. It's not even dark gunmetal, and dark gunmetal is in the next room, and it doesn't even match the black screen. But yet that technology over there can shift and pick up a darker shade of gray to produce an almost black level. Something that a gray screen paint product can't do at the end of the day. That's the reason why you will never ever be able to touch this technology on any level whatsoever. And as for gunmetals, well, like I said, they don't do well against the screen either, because the screen again can shift itself to pick up darker contrast levels. Which in the demonstration downstairs, the screen was able to take on the Dark Star 9, which is actually a pretty impressive screen. All right, let's grab ourselves, let me see. I want a little down on my screen, that's why I like the lens shift on here, because I can go up and I can go over. There we go. Now, before we end, what about the white levels on the technology? Well, let's check that out. Let's see what our white levels are like.
Stuff. We love stuff. And there's some really great stuff out there. But I don't.
That is the white level on the technology. Let me bring this down a little bit. There we go. Get that out of the way. All right, that's a bit too easy. Let's go over to the goldfish and we are done. We're doing all the hard demonstrations. Now the demonstrations we're doing in these videos are demonstrations we have requested from other gray screen paint products to do these same demonstrations. And these were demonstrations that were definitely refused. They just refused and they didn't want to do them. But it should be done. Now, as I said before, when you show up a contrast level, contrast levels need to be displayed in fully lit environments. The reason why we use it in such a well-lit environment, because again, when the customer takes this home, he's not going to use it in the same environment that you're known to have in at the end of the day. If you're using dark, ambient light controlled environments, he is not going to be in that environment. You need to have it in the most harshest environment you can possibly think of, so that way the screen can maintain. That's why we can sit upstairs and all this light coming in and still maintain a beautiful image, as it should be. There should be no dark pockets anywhere. No dark corners anywhere. I do not like demonstrations where you see all this darkness in corners. You can't make out objects. It's dark here. They got these neon lights to try to blow the screen up to make the environment look like it's well lit. Very, very poorly done. This is how you introduce a gray screen paint product. You don't do bright levels in a fully lit environment. You show your contrast levels. Desired Nature AK.
Getting that from YouTube.
One of my favorite dark levels to show off. This is why I explain to you, and I can't be more crystal clear enough. Your great products are obsolete. But you can't do this. You've got a problem at the end of the day. Because at the end of the day, customers are still going to want that light product, but they're going to want the contrast levels too. They don't want to spend the money for expensive projectors. They don't want to be stuck in dark environments. They want a product they can easily paint on. They don't want to calibrate. They want something they can paint, set up, and be done, and that's it. This is why I don't like using projectors of high calibers of 2 million to 1 contrast ratios, because again, you're misleading your customers when you do that. Because in order for them to be able to pick up that contrast level, they're going to have that high caliber contrast ratio. Because other than that, they're not going to be able to pick it up. That's why we suggested the 1-year swap out, to see if they depend on those projectors. And because they haven't been able to do it, clearly you know the answer. This projector has 2,000 to 1. All right, with that being said, I need a couple of these for the website. Definitely need a couple of these for the website. And you'll notice when our picture's on the website, you will notice that we're doing it at a $270 projector and a fully lit environment, where other people have done this same image in a dark environment with a 2 million to 1 contrast ratio. Big difference. Sun's coming up. I want to get these pictures. All right. Hope you enjoyed the video demonstration. The new technology is available on our website today. I am probably going to get ready to, oh, we got a sunny day today. We're going outside with the inflatable screen. Definitely going to do the inflatable today. Let's see what we're going to be planning to do today. The gamer paint. We got the gamer paint. I can't wait to show that off. All right, got to go, and God bless.